Here's Cheryl Martin, the Good News Anchor.
Are you in a season where life has not turned out the way you expect it? I have discovered that unfulfilled expectations can lead to disappointment, hopelessness. I've been there. There have been times in my life that my career was not where I expected it to be. It didn't go. I didn't get a particular job that I wanted. I was pregnant with possibilities, but I wasn't delivering. And I found myself in a time of depression and disappointment. How did I handle it? Like I handle most disappointments, I went to the Word of God where I always find hope. And I was immediately encouraged by the story of a woman who also experienced a season of unfulfilled expectations and barrenness. Her name, Hannah. For years, she desperately wanted a child. She had a great husband, but she could not produce a child. This was her greatest longing. And her husband had another wife, and she was just delivering baby after baby after baby. And this woman actually began to taunt Hannah. What did Hannah do? She cried out to the one person who could change her situation and produce a miracle, and it was God. How many times do we get on the phone and tell everybody else about our problem, but they can't fix it? We need a miracle when it appears hopeless. So that's what Hannah did. She took her complaint to God. God can handle every complaint we have. We can tell him exactly how we feel. And that's what she did. She went to the temple. She poured her heart out to God. She cried out to him and she said, God, if you bless me with a son, that's all I'm asking for. I promise I will offer him back to you for your service. And do you know how long she kept praying to God? She kept talking to God until she got an answer. Some of us have prayed one time and we get frustrated because God didn't answer the first time. What do? You keep talking to God no matter how long it takes, how many weeks, how many months, how many years, until he answers. He says, call on me and I will answer you and show you great and mighty things. Don't give up. Don't give up on God. He can turn your situation around. I remember one time I was unemployed. I was on my knees praying for God to open just the right door. Do you know, as soon as I finished praying, the phone rang, and it was a guy I'd worked with before, my boss, and he had another project for me. I knew that God answered my prayer. God not only answered my prayer, he answered Hannah's prayer. And the priest Eli came to her and said, God has heard your prayer, and you're going to have a child. A little after 9 months after that, she gave birth to a son that she called Samuel. And Hannah kept her part of the bargain, and she, at the appropriate time, took him back to the temple to serve God. But let me tell you the other part of the story. God didn't only give her one child, he gave her a number of children. God is able to do exceeding abundantly above all you could ever ask or think. You're thinking something, he can top it. So take that despair, take that depression, take that sense of hopelessness, and cry out to God. And I guarantee you, he will answer. I'm Cheryl Martin, the Good News Anchor.
The Good News Anchor is brought to you by Excellent Living Incorporated. To learn more, visit excellentliving.org. And don't miss an episode when you subscribe.